So you want me to do the dishes? When I was in my 20s, I worked with a man hauling hay. Tough job. Hot. Dirty. Sweaty. Nothing like the pics you see of these dudes throwing hay with no shirts on, etc. Anyway, I would usually meet him at his house before daylight, hook up the truck and trailer and then go to work. Anyway, my boss was prone to decide to take the day off and go fishing etc. without giving me a heads up. So those days, I would go in the house and there would be a list of things needing done. I.e., grease the baler, service the truck, pick up parts etc. It was irritating because if it was that type of day, I wouldn't have had to be up at 03:00 to get to his house to meet him. And I wouldn't be able to go to any parts stores etc. because they didn't open until 08:00 or later. One particular morning I get to his house. No boss. I go in and find the list and it simply says, do the dishes. I look at the sink and apparently he had left his dishes for about a week in there and it was nasty. So I loaded the dishwasher, added the liquid dishwashing soap for washing by hand, think Don, and left. To say he was surprised when he got home is an understatement. But he never asked me to do dishes again. Edit for clarity regarding pay. Clarity about pay. When we paid, I got paid $2.50 a bale delivered. I used my truck, his trailer. A 12-hour day could equal several $100. On shop days, I was paid by the hour for actual hours worked. If my only job was to wash dishes, at most, I'd get an hour's pay, which didn't pay for my gas, drive time and actual time at his house. So, person shrugging. Oh, those dishes was done bishes. When I first moved into my own place I didn't have any dish detergent. So the Dawn soap is what I used. Came down 20 minutes later to my cousin yelling and the kitchen covered in bubbles. A drop of Dawn, that chore is gone. If you add dishwashing liquid to your hot tub you can get similar results. And probably burn the pump out. If you have to dry the dishes. Such an awful, boring chore. If you have to dry the dishes, instead of going to the store. If you have to dry the dishes and you drop one on the floor maybe they won't let you dry the dishes anymore. Shel Silverstein. Good for really getting those dishes clean. My dad has a story similar to this. He was a master carpenter that retired after 30+ years with the local union. One day he and his crew were out on a residential job and they finished early. As they were packing up the customer came out and asked if they could do the dishes for him before his wife came home. He said they had a crew of 5 journeyman carpenters in the kitchen washing, drying, and organizing their dishes for an extra hour at union wages. I never had a dishwasher growing up, so I knew nothing about them at all. When I moved into my first apartment I was so excited to finally have a dishwasher and there was a little welcome pack that had dish soap so I assumed it was for the washer. After the cleanup I was so salty that never used that damn thing again. Lol. Nicely done. I can imagine the suds filling up that idiot's kitchen. He should have been doing his own damn dishes. Lol, good job. Did he thank you for his nice clean floor? Haha, nice! Exclamation mark. If you misgauged how much Dawn you needed, then you gave him a slip and slide. Source. Ran out of dishwasher soap once. I learned the difference in dishwashing soap and dishwasher soap a little too late in life. The dishes are done, man. Reminded me of something that is sort of related to your original post. Sorry if this is too much to the side. While I was in school, I rented a house with 3 other guys. One of them turned out to be a jerk. We didn't realize until it was too late. Because he came off just fine at first, you had to live with him for a while before he turned nasty. He was always annoying us with his demands and rants and superior attitude. One of his peeves was the dishes. He wanted us to immediately clean all dishes we used right after using them. You couldn't even wait an hour to allow your dinner to settle. He wanted them done right now. We did not have a dishwasher, had to wash and dry by hand. We had a dish rack to allow wet dishes to dry, and he could not tolerate that. Demanded that we towel dry dishes and put them away as soon as we washed them. Claimed that sitting in the drying rack caused them to get dirty again. And he could prove it. Nope. His proof was only in his imagination. He also had certain dishes that he declared to be his, and only he could use. He hadn't bought these dishes, they were part of what came with the house. But he would go berserk if he thought we had used any of his dishes. One night, while he was out, we pranked him. We took several of his dishes that he had cleaned himself out of the cupboards and placed them into the dish rack. We even made sure the dish rack was clean first, and we made sure our hands were clean before touching anything. When he came home, he saw those dishes and started yelling. We waited for him to run out of breath, then asked him to show us where those dishes were dirty. Only he could see any dirt. We pointed out that those were his dishes, so he was the only one who used them. Gaslit him about he being the one who left them in the dish rack. That worked. Surprisingly, he muttered and re-washed them and put them away. The rest of the semester was a game taking advantage of his phobias. Thankfully, when the semester ended, he moved out saying we didn't deserve him. Where's the MC? Sounds like you effed him over on purpose. Lucky he kept you around. I don't see how being tasked with doing nasty dishes is any harder than a day of backbreaking working chucking hay in the heat. You might have won the battle over not doing dishes, but I'm guessing he stuck you with worse jobs after that. Rectangular bale of hay? That was good pay. My dad, 74, fused spine, still slinging bales, sells them for about $4 this year. Son of an itch, I would be scratching all day loading hay with no shirt on.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.